And we're back! Oof. This is gonna be intense. I'm a little worried, to be real. You know, like you do. Alright then. Good thing we have a Quicksilver person thing.
Indeed.
Alright, so I know that Quicksilver is toxic. I cannot imagine what it takes to have it instead of blood. That's good. That's good. All right, downtimes. Wait, we have a whole protocol for downtimes. 1 second.
Oh, that's right.
Do you have the thing in front of you, Jed?
I do not have it in front of me, but I will get it.
I can get it pretty quick.
I feel like I should just go ahead and put all of our heat up to max.
It's gonna go over max. We're gonna get a pressure and something else. Pretty sure. All right, here we go. Duty. The unit earns 2 duty per operation by default. If the unit made progress on the mandate, take +1 duty. If the unit completed a row of the mandate, take +4 duty. So I feel like three duty might be appropriate here. Does that sound right, Judd?
Yeah.
Do you want to do that for us?
Absolutely.
All right, fantastic, because that's the only
get on the
cookies we get. And now we get to talk about heat. After an operation or conflict with an opponent, the unit takes heat equal to double the tier of the highest tier subject involved. What is the tier of the Circle of Flame?
Hold on, I'm looking for duty. 1 second. I'm trying not to... Is it rep? And did you say 3?
Yeah, it's rep, and it is 3. It is 2
cool.
plus
So
1 if we made progress.
You actually go up a tier.
Oh, dang.
We'll talk about how that works in a second. I think we get a cookie for that.
Cool.
And then heat is after an operation or conflict with an opponent, each unit takes heat equal to double the tier of the highest tier subject involved. So what's the tier of the Circle of Flame?
They are tier 3.
Oh, good. So that's 6 right away. Heat. That's less than I thought it would be, but
2,
you know.
3, 4, 5, 6.
And then add +1 heat for a high profile or well connected target. I feel like Raffaello may have been connected, but I don't think he's high profile. He's just a painter, right?
Right. So let's give just 1 or none.
That's your call. I actually don't know.
We'll say none. I think he's. I think you went for a low person on the totem pole on purpose. I'm on the chain of command. I'm good with that.
All right, and then add heat if the situation happened on hostile turf. Technically, I don't think Brightstone is hostile turf. Like the grounds in Saturnalia Club next time will be. And then +1 heat if you're at war. We are not. Add +2 heat if killing was involved. It was.
Boom. +2 heat for killing.
Yeah.
All right. So you have gone over into a new thing.
I am sure that we're gonna have to deal with paperwork here in a second. Before entanglements, deal with paperwork. Do you wish to blow it off or do you wish to do it? Learn how you feeling.
I guess we should do it paperwork.
The problem with that is it does take time.
Oh, that's true.
So I'm throwing that out there. You totally can do it, but I'm just...
We gotta submit like hastily like jagged reports that like got interrupted by cart bumping towards the Saturnalia, I guess.
So, who do we submit our paperwork to, Judd? Does it go to the lady that's in charge of the investigators, or are we still submitting paperwork through the pneumatic tubes such that it eventually goes to the Emperor?
That's a great question. I don't think the Justice Tower has been fitted with pneumatic tubes yet. So I think you drop them off with the head investigator, the chief investigator.
Okay, so if anybody skips paperwork, we add 1 heat, so add a heat.
Right.
I think that I am skipping paperwork, but I am going to... I assume she's not at her office at whatever odd hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or we can roll a die. I don't know. I don't know.
Go ahead, roll a die. That's a perfect question for a fortune roll.
High is she's there, low is she's not.
Sounds good.
Boom. Boom. 4. I think like I'll give it to you. You see her at a distance. You can grab her if you want, but you can also let her go.
No, I definitely grab her.
Okay.
I yell out. What is her title? I think I call her Chief by reflex, but I'm sure she
Yeah.
has.
Oh, I think it's Chief Investigator.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I yell out Chief.
What's up, Sergeant?
Uh, a lot. Um, I owe you paperwork. It's not gonna happen until we're done. But I'm about to go light some fires in Brightstone. And I wanted to give you a heads up. I'm gonna try and assemble a crew of Bluecoats, and we're gonna be doing some door kicking.
Whose doors?
There's a club called the Saturnalia Club over there. Let's just say that the person that we're hunting for in particular is a magistrate. It's not gonna be pretty. There are demons involved. Also, there's a man that bleeds quicksilver sent by the Emperor here.
What now?
I think this is the first moment where Drav actually breaks his mask. And he's like, ma'am, I do not know what the hell is going on with my job. I am so sorry, but I am telling you the truth. I do not want to be here, but I am here, and I'm trying to make the best of an ugly situation.
You're telling me a member of the Quicksilver Guard is helping you with your investigation? That's the Imperial agent they sent?
Yeah. He has like a very imperial name. It's like Telsius or something.
Weeping lady.
I think Drav actually like takes a moment, leans against the wall, takes a deep breath. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a day. Inspector Tui was blind. This Quicksilver guard fixed it. Anyway, that's why my paperwork's gonna be late.
Yeah, it's gonna cause blowback, but we'll deal with it.
Okay, I will straighten everything up when we return tomorrow, if we return tomorrow.
This little bit of door kicking is gonna end this case, right? We're gonna be able to put this mandate to bed.
It's gonna get us pretty close. These are the last allies that the unseen have. If we can,
Good.
It started out as a simple investigation. It's I can't even tell you what it is right now.
Let's do what we can to put a bow on it right here.
I think Drav thinks about that, and he actually starts to say like, "Yes, ma'am," but like he freezes and realizes that he has a slightly different relationship with the chief, and he just looks at her and he says, "I can't promise that. I will end this, but I don't know if it stops here. If nothing else, it may stop the killings, but it's certainly not going to put the people responsible in prison."
Let's play the long game, end the killings, and then figure out the rest later.
That I can promise. Okay. I think I straighten up. I give her a nod. I put my little hat back on, and I go traipsing back to the tower.
Cool.
I'm a call together the Bluecoat liaisons.
Yeah.
I'll take my first downtime action here. And I think I give them all the speech. I'm like, look, what was the name of the dead guy? He was a Bluecoat liaison. I don't have it on me right now.
Yep. Hold on. I've got all their names, I think.
Brightstone.
Except for that one.
Oh, except for that one, huh?
Sugar, I had it last. Hold on. Let me see what I can find. Because we talked to him last game, so. Kalir.
Okay. Cool.
Kalir Watt.
I think I give them the speech, right? I'm like, this is the one thing I never want to tell anyone. but unfortunately, it's the reality of the job. And I tell him, like, Khalil Watt is dead. I sent him to look into a social club, and he ended up facing off against the demon that whatever it did to him, whether it took his sight or attacked him directly, he got pushed off of a rooftop, and he's dead. I say, I try not to send anybody into a situation without backup if I think that there's any chance. But this one's on me, and I am planning to do what I can to, bring the people appropriate to justice. So I look at the rest of them and I say, what I need from you is a squad of people that you can trust who are shit kickers, because I got shot at this morning, and I am planning to go back with some billy clubs and an imperial mandate in my hand, and see if we can straighten this out.
Cool. Do you want to make a roll on this?
Yeah, this is an acquire assets roll, and this is actually where we should probably talk about advancement. So most mandates start at tier 1, I believe.
Okay.
I do not know if it takes coin to advance, because I've asked that question. I've never gotten a straight answer from either Harper or Sean. But I do know that when you do level up, as it were, with rep, I know that you get some stash, and there's some, I don't know, some other appropriate nonsense. 1 second.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm not sure how that would work.
I don't either.
Mandate. Yeah, I don't know. There's not really a upon crew advance, each PC gets stash equals tier +2.
Well, I do not know if our tier goes up to 2. I suspect that it does, but I don't know if we. Well, let's talk about it. Do we just want to say that we're now a tier 2 mandate, because it resets pretty regularly, like whenever a case is done?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Right, cool.
I think that makes sense.
So in which case, I'm gonna get to roll 2 dice for acquire assets.
Cool.
So I'm gonna do that. Give me just
awesome.
1 second. Doop. Hang on. There we are. Oh, Christ. So I get a poor result. Let's see what that looks like, Judd. And can I fix it with money?
I think they are not moved by your speech, and they blame you for getting Kalir killed. And so they round up a bunch of total scrubs to kick down these doors. People a couple of months from retirement, people who are so green that it's ridiculous, admins, clerks, people with just, they just send you an insulting array of bluecoats. Like it's like when these people arrive, it's like a clear insult.
Thanks, Judd.
Yes. In case I haven't made it clear that this is insulting.
Yeah, I got that. It's bright and clear. Yeah.
Sorry.
All I can think about is how bad Drav will feel when they all die. Cause...
No. Drav's gonna definitely go back and be like, so, you assholes, this is what happens when you don't give me what I ask for. Their deaths are on you. First one's on me. This is all on you. It's cool, though. Shit. I don't even... Okay, I'm gonna have a conversation with the recruits that they do send me. Yeah, fine. It is insulting as hell, but it's okay. I'm gonna give them all the talk, and I'm gonna be like, look, I was expecting a very different crew to show up. and I'm going to be straight with all of you. The last time that somebody went up against these people, they died. There are demons involved. It's gonna get ugly. How many of you knew what the hell you were signing up for when you got elected to do this?
Like everybody looked sideways at each other. No one knew.
Oh, good. How many of you would stay if I gave you the opportunity to walk?
Two rookies and an old man raised their hand.
Cool. I'm gonna get us reinforcements. The rest of you get the fuck out of here. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cash out the last of my money. So I'm gonna kill my stash and grab a coin, and I'm gonna improve my position. I'm gonna head down to the what are they called? The Silver Nails? Yeah, the Silver Nails, right?
Yeah. The Mustang.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go down to the Mustang. I'm gonna drop a bag of freaking silver on the table. I'm gonna say, okay, who wants to get paid in order to go and dress up in some Bluecoat uniforms and kick down some doors and be a little tough and get to tell the hoity-toity society what the hell is up. There may be demons involved. Full word of caution. I need muscle. I need muscle that's gonna know what they're doing. Oh, good, good. All right. This is what's happening. My action's done. Lauren, please take it away.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna mark down my poor stash dies. I have 0 stash again. Carry on.
Oh, well, I am a bit stuck for time-appropriate downtime actions, because I'm looking at our pressure going, ooh, we should do something, but I'm not sure if we can do anything, if it's, like, fictionally possible to do something now. Yeah, what do you think?
Writing a report, like a really good report, might actually be a good way to try and relieve pressure.
I can totally do that.
Because, like,
yeah.
I'm too busy running around town. I literally don't have the time. And if you do it, it could, like you could just, like, put it all on the line. And, like, write about your experiences, verify who we sent, where we sent. Like, there's not a lot to lie about here. Like, you can even be straight up.
Yeah, I love that. Yes, I'll sit down at my desk and pull out a pen, and we'll scribe.
Should I roll Entangle?
Oh, geez, yes, please do,
yeah.
Judd. What is our heat? Or what is our heat and pressure? I forget.
Our pressure should be 2, I think.
It's 1, I think. We've been pretty good at keeping our heat down. So are we at what, like pressure 1, heat 1? Is that the situation?
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yes.
You're rolling 1 die, and it's on the first chart, so it's not bad, or at least not.
Got
terrible.
it. Got it. Is there one that just makes better sense? Rivals, Unquiet Dead. I'll roll.
What is it?
6.
Oh, of course it is. It's community or rivals.
Ooh.
Okay.
A community is someone from the local community expects you to handle a problem for them, put the mandate on hold to deal with it, or take -1 status with the citizenry. And the other one is rivals, which is a neutral faction throws their weight around. They threaten you, a friend or contact, or one of your vice purveyors. Forfeit 1 coin per tier of the rival, or stand up to them and lose 1 status.
Hold on. Hold on. So I think it's it is the Silver Nails asking you. That makes sense.
Okay.
So what is it? They're asking you for a favor?
Yep. Or well, no, is is this rivals? It might be. We'll talk about it. So a neutral faction throws their weight around. They threaten you, a friend or contact, or one of your vice purveyors. You can forfeit.
Got it. Sorry. Yeah. My bad. My bad. Uh, a neutral faction. Geez, do we have any of those left? Uh,
We have a semi-allied neutral faction, sort of.
what's that?
Lord Skurlock.
Oh, right.
I mean, we have a bunch of dead ones. We have a couple that don't like us, a couple that do like us. I don't know what's left in the actual neutral column anymore. I mean, the Bluecoats could be asking for something. I don't know.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. You're good.
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. I just want to read it for myself. I'm getting that character. I'm getting that sheet up.
No problem.
And I
take your time.
apologize for not
It's all good.
I'm
not
kind
having
of
it up earlier.
creepy things I can do in downtime if I get the opportunity.
Community or rivals. Okay.
It involves
Some
blood.
Community expects a problem from them. Put the mandate on hold. Deal with it or take money from the citizenry. Or rivals. A neutral faction enters the lead around. They threaten you, friend, or contact with your vice bearers to forfeit 1 coin per tier of rival or stand up to them and lose 1 status. Jeez. Why is none of this making sense to me today?
So the last time this occurred,
Yeah.
we had the, what are they called? The Skovlanders.
Yeah.
Ulf Ironborn came over and was like, sure would be a shame if I joined a terrible side in the war.
Right,
Perhaps you can
right.
pay me. And I was like, I don't have the money to pay you. And he's like, too bad then. I guess we're not going to be friends anymore. So
Right.
it's that kind of thing. It's like people trying to take advantage of the fact that, you know, you're embroiled in
Yeah.
stuff to push
Yep.
on you.
Nope, I gotcha. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of a good one that sorry, it's just for some reason it's locking up today. I'm not sure why. I am gonna say
Cram had an amazing suggestion.
I'll take it.
He said it's whoever the hell the rich old man was that said that he was going to go talk to the watch commander and start trouble.
Oh, nice. Yeah, absolutely.
Really good.
That's
my
brilliant.
God.
It is the neutral faction. It is also a community. It is the Brightstone
It is.
community.
Yeah. The Brightstone community demands an answer to the murder and what the hell is going on. That's exactly what it is. Yes. Thank you. It was right in front of my face and I just wasn't seeing
That's
it.
okay. It's not. Sometimes this putting on the spot gets a little tight. It's at a home table. We would take a 5-minute break. We'd get a snack, make a bunch of jokes. On stream, you have to be on and immediately. You know.
Right. Yeah.
We came to a fantastic place with it. I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Brightstone community wanting to know what the hell's going on. And I think, like, in their minds, but for the wrong reasons, the violence from the Circle of Flame and this Bluecoat being killed are like linked, and they're the same exact thing, and they want answers. Yeah.
Where are they asking for answers? Like how does that come about? Do I get a note from the Brightstone chief of police that wants to throw me under the bus, or like what's how do you catch that?
No, going by an old military saying, once again, it's shit rolls downhill.
Of course.
So it goes to Brightstone, to the Lord Governor, to the Chief Inspector, to you. And the Chief Inspector says, you've got to give them some kind of an answer or something.
You want me to talk to a bunch of rich old people? Okay.
She says, wait, no, I want you to solve this problem. Don't be literal and be a dick, Drav. I will take those sergeant stripes off your shoulders faster than you can blink.
Oh my God.
I understand, ma'am. Okay. Very clearly communicating my tone of voice. Good thing you said that, because I was about to do exactly that.
Yeah, she Yeah. She
I told
give
her, I say, see if you can organize a meeting. I will answer some questions. Give me 15 minutes to shave and put on a clean uniform, and
cool.
I'll yeah,
Well,
okay.
like, well, I can picture
Awesome.
those like community meetings in like the school hall.
Totally.
Yeah, yeah.
Totally. It's in a local church, and the Brightstone chief of police is a kindly elderly man, and who was given this job for years of good service and being from a good family, and fixing things up for the McClellans whenever they needed it. And he says, "We've got uh, City Watch liaison Sergeant Drava on here to talk to you about the recent murders and violence in Brightstone and answer any questions you might have." Sergeant Duran, take it away.
I think I open up with a very standard speech. I have no idea how far it's gonna get me, but I say like, "Hello, folks. You know, like, it's not. I can't say that it's my pleasure to be here today." And I try to like crack a joke. I'm just like, but if everything was in a good place, you wouldn't be calling me out here to answer some questions. Am I right? Um, and I say, like, all of you have read in the papers about the violence that's overtaking our city. Speaking from the other side of things, I've seen that the spirit wardens have been pushed very hard, and I want you to know that all of us are looking into this rash of crimes, this war that's been happening that the Ink Rakes have been writing about. Unfortunately, even though the majority of the casualties have been happening in Six Towers and Coleridge, even your beautiful district has not been spared. I'm sorry to inform you that, unfortunately, when you follow trails of money, sometimes they lead on high. We have been conducting some investigations here, and the violence that you are seeing is the result of a series of pushbacks. We are planning to do everything we can to keep the disruptions in your lives to a minimum, but we do have some arrests to make, and we have some leads to follow. So, unfortunately, you may be seeing increased Bluecoat presence in your district today. I will take any questions at this time.
Uh, wow.
Judd, when you're like stretched, you have to talk to a bunch of old rich geezers, and then you're like, "You better not be an asshole." Drav is like, "Okay, I'll do my best." I do have like the lying ability at 3 dots, I think, at this point, so I'm trying to roleplay that appropriately here.
Risky standard. Make a
Oh
roll.
Jesus! Okay, we're in dice. Oh shit! It's not exploit. That's my relate. That's good. Okay, is this an exploit? I don't think I'm lying, but it's really difficult for me to justify relate because I don't really relate to these people. They're a bunch of rich old people. Um.
You said nothing. Let's
Yeah, I was
let's
gonna
roll
say like
exploit. You
Okay,
said
excellent.
you
you
were
said
Risky.
fucking zero.
You said risky. Great.
Risky standard.
Risky standard. Fantastic. Let's see how this goes. I have nothing to push with here. Oh, it goes very poorly. Take it away. I can't roll today. Help.
Cool.
I know you like
So it's a total grind. They rake you over the coals for hours. And I think how that manifests is we're going to check one off on Dravaron get shit canned. Remember that old clock? We haven't heard
This
that
is
clock
the
in
best
ages.
clock.
A good clock. It's a good clock. And I've still got it here somewhere.
how many segments does it have?
We
I
cleared
haven't.
it. It was
I
empty. It has 6
I have.
ticks.
Okay. Cool. Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
Judd, I'm sorry to do this to myself, but I will point out that on a risky action, it's technically 2 ticks. On a desperate, it's 3. So
Yep.
I'm at 2 of
Yep.
6 of being fired.
Yep.
Can I say what a way for a drop to go out?
You know. It
Check,
happens.
check. Yeah, I think you leave and you're just like covered in sweat and exhausted and angry, and you realize that you didn't get anything across, and they just left angrier than when they got there, and like they're just glaring at you as you leave. Like it's just a shit
So
show.
this is an action roll, Judd, right? Like I'm not trying to do anything other than like actually play with these people.
Right.
Cool. So I think, do they ask questions?
Yeah, yeah, I think they do. They I mean, I think they ask questions, but they're like really shitty. You get these like pointed questions about how about your reputation for going after folk. Like they basically like bring up the Rowan family and throw it in your face. And they're like, are you going to besmirch the name of good people who have made the city great? Or are you going to go into Crow's Foot and actually deal with the gangs that are making the city dangerous? Oh, making Duskfall great again. I'm just ugh.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll pull back right away from that. It's all right.
Yeah.
I think like my fingers tighten on the podium or the table or whatever the hell I'm talking about, and
Yeah.
I look at them and I say, "This is gonna be really strange to hear." Well, let's talk about this. I think what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and go desperate. And Judd, you tell me, can I go desperate? Can I actually go desperate and connect with these individuals,
You can
or are
try.
we done?
You can
Are you
try.
like you have lost the opportunity and we're out?
I'm totally up for you trying.
I think that Drav like looks at all of them and says, "So I'm about to tell you a couple of things that maybe you don't hear very often." And I think the first thing that he says is a lot of the bluecoats, he says a lot of the bluecoats don't try and do what I consider our jobs, which is to maintain peace in the city. What a lot of the bluecoats try and do is maintain their jobs, which means doing whatever it is to quiet whatever rumors and problems there are. The problem that you have is that I'm not one of those bluecoats. I am here to actually solve a problem, and I'm here at the behest of the Emperor. And I look at all of them and I say, I'm not going to threaten you. I'm not going to tell you that we live I'm not going to guarantee that any of you are safe. But what I can say is that none of your names are in my ledger. None of their names are in my ledger, right? Like Lady Drake's not here.
Lady Drake is not here.
And Harville Bergen is
Amazing.
not here, right?
No. Harvell Brogan is here.
Then I think I'm honest. I say most of your names are not in my ledger.
Oh shit.
And I say I think I look around the room and I say like they're a good civil servant at this point would would either tell you you have nothing to worry about, or they would recognize the fact that under this emperor, you only have nothing to worry about if you actually have nothing to worry about. But I know for a fact that the people that we're going after are a very limited subset. They are working with a criminal element, and what I can promise you is that my job and my desire is to root out this corruption at its source and to make sure that tomorrow dawns without future problems, rather than to quiet your fears and instead let this continue festering and boiling until this violence just starts up again. But this time, is tied almost directly to the places where you live. How's that feel? Is that enough, or do you want me to go a little further? Oh no, Judd didn't freeze. Judd,
Your
come back
words.
to us.
Drow's words stunned the crowd into silence. Oh,
Oh,
yes.
oh, Judd back.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It happens.
No problem. We didn't realize for like 5 seconds or so. We're just like.
Did you
stunned,
hear the whole shenaniganry?
I heard most of it. I heard up to the word festering.
Cool. I don't actually remember where that was in the speech. Lauren, help me out.
Okay.
Oh.
How did you end it? Give me the last sentence.
I think what I say is that what I will tell them is that I promise them that I will root out the corruption, so that instead of having the crime come back tomorrow and these deaths just start again, hopefully they will not be experiencing this sort of problem close to their homes, because I follow the trails where they lead, basically.
Cool.
So
Uh,
I look at all of them and I say, since none of your names are Rowan, does anybody have questions now?
Desperate standard. Make that roll.
Yeah, let's do this. Ah, fuck, I have to push now.
Uh,
Uh, it,
it,
can I make a case for relate? I was about as honest as I could be.
yeah, I think you can make a case for
Okay,
relate. Do you want some
fantastic.
kind of? Is there a devil's bargain to be made here, or are you pushing?
I'm happy to take a devil's bargain. Tell me about your devil's bargain, sir.
Uh, um, I mean, can we just do like a standard one? Added heat.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, because that's real. I think I would have gotten that anyway. Yeah, yeah, that's
Okay,
good. That's
so like,
good. Desperate standard, huh?
Mm-hmm.
what was it?
Here we go. Oh yeah, all failures, all across the board. 4 dice, nothing above a 3.
So you
Oh.
take 3 in drop get shit canned,
Yeah, I
right?
sure do. I'm at 5 of 6.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right.
There
All
are
right.
so many.
Let's do this.
I like to think
Sorry.
there are so many letters getting written into your boss.
The dice are not with me today. It's all right. It's all right. Oh well.
It
I did
does
everything I
not
could.
go. It does not go well.
Nope.
Wow, I did not think that was gonna be the most dangerous scene in this game.
Talking to rich old people is always the most dangerous scene, Judd.
That should be like on the cover of the Bluecoats book. Where
I will send a note to Harper, I promise.
I'm writing it down.
Yep.
Talking to rich old people.
Is always the most dangerous scene.
I'm gonna have to tweet that shit.
Oh, totally.
Yep. That'll be good. That'll be good.
Good lord. Yeah, it goes poorly. I think the result I talked about earlier, where like people are just yelling and you leave and you feel like you got nothing across. That was, you feel nothing constructive was communicated, and you also feel that you've done real damage to your career.
You know, I go and I talk to my boss for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think this is probably where I look at her and I say I should have been an asshole. At least I would have lost my job feeling better about it.
She says, I would be laughing with you if I wasn't an inch away from having to fire the person I chose as my liaison sergeant.
I think I just shake my head and I say, don't worry about it. I know it's not personal.
I'm worried about it. Go finish this case, and then we'll talk about what you're going to do during your vacation. Because this raid, this ends this case.
You keep saying that, but I'm not sure.
Well, we'll see.
We will. Yeah. All right. So, shit, I think that was just the first downtime. Lauren, you just go ahead.
I was gonna say, dang, I've been in those meetings when you laugh and then your boss doesn't, and you're like, oh, like it's one of these meetings.
Yeah, totally. I'm gonna add a click to the heat so no one else has to. I got it.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. I still have 2 actions. Probably one's gonna be vicing. Go on.
Yeah, well, I think like Maya would have loved to have been at that meeting, but she's been writing a report detailing. Yeah. It's a bit late, but it details like who we've spoken to, who we took where, the painter, the nature of like the fall from the roof, traces of demon,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Yeah. And this is probably like at work after hours. There's just like the intern left, and I've also had those evenings at work. Oh, but it's okay because
Yeah.
we can order in.
Yeah. I think he comes to you. Lewitt comes to you and says, "Is it true Drav's going to get fired?"
And I think like Maya puts a pen down and fixes them with a look of like, who have you been speaking to?
Word goes around.
Does it now? Well, um, I guess that word I was not privy to that word. But
Yeah.
you know Drav, and I know Drav.
Yeah, I know Drav.
Is it? I am honestly surprised. It
I mean,
is.
maybe you haven't done much investigating on your own guy, but he was like 10 minutes from getting fired from Dunslow when you showed up.
Oh, and recently there's been a resurgence toward removing him from the service establishment.
Apparently he talked to the Brightstone Citizens League last night and basically shit on their pew and then stood on the pew and threw that shit at them.
I think Maya has like a cup of like it's probably sort of dried mushrooms that she's like like sort of like when you do instant coffee, right? But it's like mushroom bits,
Right.
and sort of like does a spit take of like
Nice.
dried mushroom bits over the paperwork she was doing, and says, "You know what? That doesn't surprise me." But I think she pictures it more like Drav telling them like where to get off and not like trying so desperately to connect with them and they're not having any of it. Well,
Just saying.
What were you saying?
You might want to drop a line to your boys, all I'm saying.
Well, very, very well. I will inquire. It's a shame it wasn't there. Well, I don't know if I would be any much better speaking to the folks with Brightstone.
I'm going to call it a night. You need anything else before I go?
No, this is fine. Thank you. It sort of holds up the mug of instant mushrooms. You take care.
Yeah, you too.
It's dangerous out there.
Yeah. You know, there are a lot of investigators here. Some of them go through 3, 4, 5 liaisons. Wear and tear, death. They send them.
John!
You were kind of Bible.
John, come
Am
back!
I breaking up again?
Yes, alright. You said they go through 3 or 4 investigators. That was the last thing we heard.
Yeah. You were kind of having a rep that you stood by your guy. So, I don't know. I thought you might want to do something.
Oh,
Good night, Inspector.
Of course. Good night. I think Maya's like she looks a bit offended that like he would like even think that she wouldn't have Drav's back.
Yeah. He's being a
but-
dick. He's being a dick. I'm not saying it's fair.
No, yeah, but then I'm heartless too, so it
Right.
makes sense.
Right.
Oh, guy. I like Maya like sort of sweeps as much of the mushrooms off her paperwork as she can, and then maybe sort of like gives it a wave to try and dry it off before continuing to pen this report.
Cool.
Do I need to roll for this?
I don't think so. I think it just takes away a heat, right? So I'll take away the heat I just added.
Okay. Excellent. And I wanted. I can't really Vice because my advice is riding in the Deathlands, and that feels a bit
Right.
inappropriate right now.
Yeah.
But I have something else weird in mind that I want to do, and I'm not quite sure what action this fits into. Maybe this is a like getting a friend or training, or unless Strash, are there other pressing activities we should be doing on the way?
I had a bunch of clocks. Hang on, let me take a look at my clocks real quick.
If not, I totally want to ask. I want to kind of like make friends with Tertius by
We
asking
were
for some
working
of
on
his
linking
blood.
evidence to hive activity, and you were working with the witches to figure out how to figure out who the unseen are, so that you don't forget who they are immediately. Those are the two clocks that we had that we can work on as long-term projects. Training is fine. Whatever you think is appropriate. Apropos. That was a
You could
desperate
also
action. I'm gonna mark a tick in my savvy for all that pain.
you could also like do something to take ticks off of Dravget's shit can clock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I just don't know what we can do in short order. You might have more pull than I do. There's not a lot I can do off the top of my head, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could totally.
Drav's attitude is that clock is a problem for tomorrow.
That has been Drav's attitude since that clock first started in the very first game.
No, Drav definitely worked real
that's
hard.
right. That's right.
I worked
That's right.
real
You're
hard to
right.
ingratiate myself.
You're right. You're totally right. I take that back.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, that's the right thing to do. What Lara wanted to do was ask Tertius for some of his blood. For just in case other demon position happens and Quicksilver is needed. But I think Maya would, when handing in that report, also try and work on that clock to
Cool.
get some ticks off. Yeah.
Oh, to the do you hand it to the chief investigator? Are you handing it right to the Lord Governor? Because you've got the Lord Governor on your sheet.
I do, and I don't have a good relationship with him, so that sounds perfect. Yeah, I'll go because like the Lord Governor, I'm assuming, can put pressure on to like help get to fix up that clock, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll go hand this report to the Lord Governor.
Okay.
Apologies, it's late, but here it is. Ignore the mushrooms, please. Yeah, so I'm guessing this. I don't know. Is he in his office or?
Yeah. He's in his office. He looks it over. This looks good. Taking down a demon cult. I like it.
Indeed. We're making swift progress, I think.
Good.
I
You might want to start thinking about who your liaison predecessor might be.
Funny you mentioned that. I was just coming to talk to you about it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would be a great inconvenience if Mr. Aran was taken off this case before we could tie a bow on it, as one might say.
I disagree. I think if you think about it, the main problem the Justice Tower has right now as an institution is that people link it indelibly to the fall of House Rowan. It makes the people who make the city run nervous. And part of my job is to keep them not as nervous, but a little scared. So what if the whole Rowan thing was one rogue guy misleading his investigator, who he was supposed to be guiding? Now nothing changes. All the legal stuff is the same, but it's about controlling that narrative. We shit can him, and then all that pressure goes away.
I see. So what you're proposing is I paint myself or you paint me as some import who didn't know what they were doing and was misled by their liaison to take down one of the houses in this place. Will anyone buy that?
No, you're making it too simplistic. It's not that they didn't deserve to be taken down. It's that maybe you were guided to go towards that evidence a little bit too enthusiastically. Maybe that case wouldn't have been quite so drastic if it wasn't for one certain Dravaron.
I see. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any further legal matters being processed in relation to the case?
I don't believe so. I think it's just about sealed.
I see. So this is a way to get some convenient closure on what happened.
We already have closure. We've got one case of ghoul that was missing, but that's not a big deal. The Emperor doesn't seem to be fussing about it too much. And
Wow.
and it's really about keeping peace in the city.
I like Maya gives like the Lord Governor a hard look and says, the longer I'm here, the more I begin to understand that on the one hand, you have reality, what happened, and on the other, you have people's perceptions of what happened. You claim that you want peace for these people by telling them some good bedtime stories to help them sleep better at night.
Mm-hmm.
Let them know that the rats in the walls aren't out to get them. But complacency is dangerous. I would honestly, and I am not a woman to get very concerned about much at all, I would be concerned that this peace that you so desperately want for these good people, as you ought to do, as is right to do,
Mm-hmm.
that the city would just fall further into decay and chaos. Dravaran is an upstanding officer who has...
He says, have a seat. And he closes the door to his office. And he says, Dravaran is a former gang leader. Dravaran has killed people and put them in that fucking canal out there.
And I think Maya like gets up right to her full height and says, and how the fuck do you think we've managed to get this much done so far?
Absolutely. I am not above using scoundrels to get good things done. But when it is time to throw the scoundrel away, you throw the scoundrel away, Inspector.
Oh my god, I want to punch him in the face so badly.
Now you understand why when you first showed up to the city, Drum was in the shitter because he basically went after somebody who owned a factory.
And I think we even do like get that close up shot of like Maya like really balling her fists in her hands, where she's just like, no, don't hit him. And I think she says to him like, I will let you know when his use has reached an end. We will lose too much to let him go now. To try and bring someone up to speed. They will be dead within the week. I guarantee you that much.
If you're telling me he still has use, this I understand. If you're telling me he's a good man, Lord Governor. He just shakes his head. Do you want to make a roll to see how much you convinced him that Lord Stravaran?
Totally. I really like a quip about like, yeah, you're right. I don't know a good man when I see one. And like, give him a look like you fucker. I feel like I guess this is like a
This is risky standard.
yeah.
This is a roll with teeth, just to be clear.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out what action this is.
Exploit,
really-
relate,
Yeah, I feel like
testify.
I was like, I testify might almost work. um,
I feel like if what you're going on is Dravaron still has use,
That's
it's almost, yeah, it's kind of exploit.
because that's not how you feel. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Feel free to tell us if that's a lie.
no,
Yeah.
no. I think that was that was for sure like a okay, like the Lord Governor's gonna bug up his butt like he always does, and this is language that he understands. So I will. Oh, do I want to push my? I can't really afford to push myself.
Just leave it up to the dice. Maybe it just
Okay.
look. Here's the good thing about long-term projects. You can't fail this roll. The worst that you can do is remove one segment.
That's right. Oh, I got it too.
It's one segment. I'm at 4 out of 6 on getting fired.
I think that makes sense given the nature of our conversation. Very close to telling the little governor to go fuck himself.
I'm gonna go put that clock back in my sheet.
Cool.
That was good. I think like when Maya looks at the little governor, it's like we've got an understanding, right? She's like, "Have a good night, Lord Governor," and then we'll exit
Good
his
night.
office.
And I think like as you leave, he takes out a dismissal notice with Dravaron's name on it, and like it was in a pile to go, and he like moves it into a different pile.
Excellent. I know Maya is like ready to hurt some people after that conversation.
Yes.
Oh my god, we still have downtime actions. What is I always don't want to do
We
them.
have 2 left. Actually, I think I have a really cool downtime action. Judd,
Awesome.
I think that night, right? Like I go to the Silver Nails, and then when I make it back, I talk to the people and everything. And I think that we're planning to do the incursion like tomorrow daytime, right? Like not at night at like 2 a.m. or whatever, because
Right.
there's no point.
Yeah.
So I think like at the like super crack of dawn, sort of like 6-7 a.m. whenever the heck she opens the store, my mom finds me sitting on the front steps of whatever the hell the apothecary shop that she works in is.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just called. I think it's just like a Ron's Apothecary.
Yeah. So that's
Cool.
sort of the scene as she's coming to work. It's pretty
She has
clear that I
his,
haven't slept,
Yeah.
and I'm like loaded for bear, right? Like I've got my coat is over some body armor. I've got like at least 6 guns on me, kind of thing.
Leave the guns in the mudroom and come on in. I'll make you some coffee.
I nod. I just do the thing, right? I think I sigh and I start the conversation over coffee with, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be a Bluecoat mom.
Okay. What do you want to do next?
That's the problem. I have no idea. I don't think it ends well. I think my temperament and my mind is right to go back out on the street, but I don't think my will's in it. And I think that would get me killed if I don't. And I just cut myself off. I don't tell her that I'm not sure if I'm going to make it back today.
Do you have anything stashed away? Do you have enough to...
I literally spent the last of my coin today hiring a bunch of infidels because the cops wouldn't actually give me enough of a crew to do my job.
Are you that close to getting out, do you think?
Yeah. The problem is that they tell me that I'm supposed to do my job, and I take it a little too seriously. And so far, I've managed to dodge the bullet of the people that don't want me to actually find out the truth. But it's getting ugly out there. The higher they push me, the more backlash there is if you ever take a misstep. And hell, even if you don't take a misstep, they pin things on you and they blame you anyway because it's easier to remove people that actually look into anything that's going on than it is to admit that maybe the city is not a bastion of goodness and justice.
She nods towards an altar she has nearby to the weeping lady, and she says, "Would it help to pray with me?"
Probably not. I don't believe in any of that shit, although I will tell you that today that may change.
Well, there are things, there are forces, I believe, in Duskval that aren't just warring gangs in the street. There are things above them, above even the Lord Governor.
You know, I've
Maybe,
talked to the Emperor.
what was he like? What did you think of him?
Well, I spent most of that conversation trying not to shit my pants, but
Could you please watch your language?
I'm sorry, Mom. I think it's actually probably the first time Drav's ever looked contrite. Uh, I think he says, you know, I have a friend, Rona. She's she's been in more scripts than I can count. And I know the moment she walks into any room and sits down with any person, she sizes them up and kind of figures out where she stands in terms of like ability. And to this day, I have put my wits up against master assassins trained at the Imperial Academy. I've gone up against ancient wizards and dealt with cases all over the place. And I've never sat across from somebody that I think has a more disciplined mind than mine. I can keep track of more things faster and see more moves ahead. But that man is so far above me that I can't even see how far I need to go to reach where he is. And it fucking terrifies me. It's not the fact that he can just say a word and have me vanish. It's not the fact that he can casually burn down an entire district that I'm in. It's the fact that I really don't know how to outplay him. And it really makes you kind of understand your position in the world.
That's terrifying. I believe there are things in the world above even him.
I don't know. I just try to do my job. That's a
I
little too
know.
much for me to try and contemplate. I don't know that my life's about that.
Understood.
So, I put around the shop. I'm like, do you need somebody to take up the old, Iran trade?
Are you interested in being an apothecary?
I've never been much of a leech, but I could probably pick up some things.
Drav, you would try it for a month and then you would get bored. And then I worry about you when you get bored.
Judd, that's the best line. It is so true and on point. Okay. I think I laugh, and I say, I don't know. I think I'm a little too old to start training to be an Imperial assassin.
Good. I think that sounds like a shoddy line of work.
Yeah, that's kind of what I gathered, actually. Um, I think I stand up and I just like wrap my knuckles on the table and I say like, well, time to go roll the dice. We'll see how everything comes out today.
Good luck.
I think he makes it like to the doorway and in the mudroom, right? Like he's like strapping his like holsters on and like checking his guns. And he looks back through the door, and I think it's probably like the first time he says this, but he says, whatever else happens, if today goes the way that I think that it will, I'll come back and see you tonight.
Okay. Trav, you went from one extreme in this city to the other. Maybe if this other extreme doesn't work out, maybe we could help look for something towards the middle.
He doesn't quite say good luck with that, but he says, I guess I'll try that till I'm bored. And I think he walks back out. So my vice's obligation, which is taking care and interacting with people that, you know, are important to me. And I think that my mom hits the beat. Aha!
Totally.
So look at me, cheese the system. I'm going to roll for some vicing here.
Awesome.
Nice.
Doop, 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 doop. How many dice do I roll? I forget what the vice mechanic... Oh, right. It's just vicing. It's normal vicing. Ha-ha! Ha-ha! 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. I'm at 1 stress. Good job, me. Lauren, do you have any thoughts?
Oh, about like where to from here?
Yeah. Any additional actions you want to take?
I think I did my 2.
I think I did my 2 too.
Know... Wait, we do have like one free one that's case related, right?
We could work. I mean, we could work on linking evidence to hive activity. That is 100% case related.
Yeah, might as well spend that free action.
No sleep for either one of us tonight. Yes, this is smart to do before a big day of high physical exertion. That's how we do.
Mm-hmm. Is linking the hive more like sort of cork body thread montage, or I forget exactly.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, let's corkboard montage the poop out of that. Get some red string.
Sounds good.
Lots of cards. Connect some stuff. Post some evidence up.
Mm. Yeah, does that sound good to you, Judd?
Oh no.
Did
we lose a Judd?
What do you want to do?
Oh.
Work on building a case against the hive, linking the evidence that we have with them. Specifically, I don't remember her name. Queen Bee.
Oh shoot!
I've got it. It's here. Hold on. It's in the book, so this is easy to find. Yeah. Oh, you guys are killing me with this.
Us killing you, Jen. You're the one that introduced 21 NPCs.
No, I'm saying that with your no, not that, not with how many NPCs there are, with the ambition of your case stuff. It's awesome. I love it. But yeah, that's an 8 count clock.
We already have it actually, and
do you?
Yeah, it's on my sheet.
Okay, forget it.
Link evidence to hive activity. It was actually a 6 clock.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
But I think
leave it as that.
I think that it was going to be a multi-step clock. It's just that we need to actually have some evidence before we can go any further with prosecution, arrests, etc.
Right.
So, Lauren, toss some dice.
Rad. As I said, I'm tempted to pitch this as an observe role if it's about looking at the evidence on a corkboard and drawing red string from A to B to Z.
Sounds good.
To find that one crucial missing thing. My position effect doesn't matter, right? Because it's for a
Right.
clock.
Right.
I'll just throw some dice. Oh, I got a 6. However many is it? 2?
6 is 3 ticks.
Oh, 3 ticks. Oh,
I will make the ticks happen. Oh no, what did I do? All right, we're good. 3 ticks. 1, 2, 3. Click. All right, we're good.
Ah, so close.
All good. All good. All good.
So you could throw some coin at it, right, to get more ticks.
I think we literally have none.
We have none.
Literally, like at the end of this downtime, I will get 2 stash, which I could theoretically convert to 1, but not yet. So that's for next downtime.
Got it.
I think next downtime is going to be about this investigation. I think this downtime is about just surviving.
Got it.
All right.
Yeah, so I think like you dig up files on Dejera and her very complicated mercantile web, or hive, if you will.
A hive of scum and villainy. Sorry.
Yeah. And I think like the last thing you find is that she recently got honored with a board membership as on the advisory board on the Ministry of Preservation.
Okay. Okay, excellent.
Nice.
Cool. Are we assaulting? Is that what we're doing?
I think so.
All right, let's do it.
I feel like this will hopefully be a lot of Maya supporting the assaulting. Cause...
I think this is one of those classic scenes where, you know, people watch until we can confirm that certain people we want are in the club, and then there's that go, go, go moment, and
There we go.
then we go.
Sounds good. Let's roll entanglement or engagement.
Yeah, but let's do.
Is the operation particularly bold or daring? Yes, it is. Plus 1D.
Jeez.
Does the plan's detail expose vulnerability on the target or hit them where they're weakest? I'm going to say that because you rushed things and you didn't do any like long-term things that would have taken a lot of time, that yes, because you're dealing with like hitting them before they know too much. Plus 1D. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for the operation?
We got the silver nails to provide support.
Take another plus 1D.
So that's like what, 3?
3.
That's 3. And I think there was that other one that John had where it was like, does this follow a lead that you obtained in the case, which I really liked. And I would like that to be like in our question. So let's take 4D.
Oh.
I will roll one more die. I'll just slash roll 1d6. 6!
Nice.
Nice.
Controlled position. Whew.
Awesome.
I thought we were going in risky, which I thought was going to be charming and fun. But no, that 6 comes up.
That's okay. I'm sure we'll take it down from there.
I have not been able to roll a 6. Yeah. All right.
Awesome. Yeah, I think you all walk. Are you, Drav? Are you leading it? Are you leading this door kicking or?
Oh yeah, I think Drav looks a little haggard, and he's more than a little angry, right? Like,
yeah.
This started out as a pleasant, oh, we're just gonna do things subtly like we did with the Rowans, and we're gonna find stuff out, and it's gonna be a fun little undercover case. And then Maya went blind. I've got this Imperial construct with me, and like I got shot at. I got shot at. That's not cool. All right. We could have had words, but no, they shot at me, and now I'm tired. I'm almost fired, and
Cool.
yeah, Drav is
So I
definitely mandate to the door, open the hell up, get the hell out of our way, or get shot kind of mode.
Right. Yeah, I think the doors get kicked in. I think the reason why they weren't ready for anything is that they sent a couple of guards out to get Raffaello, and Raffaello sometimes is having a bender. He's like out in Silkshore doing his thing, and sometimes it takes a day or two for those guards to come back with him. So like they don't know that anything's up. Like those guards just haven't returned, and they don't have their ear to the street enough to know that those guards are dead. So you walk in, and you catch them with their with their pants down. Um, the they're all like done with a night of whatever the fuck they were doing, and you get them all. Um, you know, but by the time you walk in, the silver nails have everybody on their knees with their hands on their head, and it's everybody. It's the whole shebang. Uh, and I mean, Magistrate Drake is among them.
Cool. Yeah, I think I asked them very, very carefully. Oh, by the way, dear God, Judd, I am so excited about this question. You have no idea how much it's going to get me fired. Is there any of the assholes that were at the meeting yesterday here now?
Yes. Harvale Brogan, who was at the meeting.
Excellent.
Yeah, he's here.
Excellent. Anybody else? Any of the like old geezers? Old rich
No.
geezers? Oh, curses. I was going to enjoy myself for a hot second, but that's okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, these people don't look. These people look like high society people. Like they don't. They're very well dressed. They're literally like on their hands and knees. Like they're on their knees, hands on their head. Like when you've done this with scoundrels, and like you've done this with like you've gotten, if you remember when you went into the Red Sashes, like you lined those people up, and they were just used to it, right? Like they gave a fight, but when the fight was lost, they were used to this. These people are not used to it. They are outraged. They're uncomfortable.
Perfect. I'm a shake them down. I'm a go and have a chat and explain. I'm gonna start with, is the old man from the Vision that had the case with the hand here?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
I don't even know his name, but it's fine. We'll find it out in about 2 seconds. Yeah, I think I definitely do my little 2 days ago is the first time I heard the name of this place. It's fancy. I look around and then I say, which one of you owns it?
My name is Lord Mora. This building has been in my family for some years, and it's the old man who carried the hand. However, I think you'll find, as a matter of public record, that the Centralia Club is a social club and is technically its own entity. So technically, it is owned by the Centralia Club leadership, who are called the Seven.
Are they all here?
Everyone is here except for our friend Raffaello.
That's because he is in the middle of Bellwether Keep. And I just look at the first of the Bluecoats. I'm just like, manacle this guy. And then I walk over and I'm gonna continue my little speech. I'm gonna say, like, couple days ago, this was just going to be a place that I was going to investigate, and everything was going to be nice and polite. We would have gone through all the correct channels and done all the correct things. And then I kneel down in front of Lady Drake, and I look her right in the eyes. And I go, we were going to do this very politely, the way that all of you seem to want. But somebody had the gall to have me shot at last night, and I'm a little cranky this morning. So I look right at her, and I say, we have the painter. And then I stand up and I look at the old man and I say, I guess you're not so tough to take in when you don't have, no, I'm not gonna play that hand. I'm not gonna play that hand, pun intended, yet. And I just say, so I guess we have to do this the old fashioned way. Yeah, I'm just gonna, basically what I'm trying to do is, I don't actually know the full list. Well, actually, did he just list the whole list of the 7? Oh, damn. Well, all right then. I think we just have exactly who we're arresting. Do we need to roll something, or are they going to come along peaceably? Because I'm not expecting it, but I'm...
Lady Drake says, we'll be out within the hour. What are you really doing?
I think I get real calm, and I say, where do you think you're going to be out of, lady, or where do you think you're going to be out of, magistrate?
You're bringing us to that obscene justice tower, no doubt.
I think I say, right before we found out that demon possession was involved, I would have. But right now, I don't think that's where you're going. Clap him in irons, and then I'm gonna look at whoever the hell looks rich and important here that's not one of the 7, and I say, if anyone asks, you can tell them that our business here is done, and they can stop quaking in their goddamn boots. And I'm obviously referring to the old people, which he has absolutely no idea about.
Yeah. So, a silver nail comes up, and she clasps Lady Drake in irons. And as soon as she does it, she kind of gets this look, and she says, I can't see. And Lady Drake like puts her hands up and just pulls the irons apart like they're tinsel.
And this is where Drav dies.
Oh.
Actually, no. This is where I look desperately for help from Idris Elba with quicksilver eyes there.
Right.
Because, like, I look at her again. I've got no second sight, I've got no masks, I've got no powers. I've played my hand and I've tried drawing the aggro. Hopefully she comes for me instead of everybody that's actually capable of fighting her.
Right. Yeah, I think she looks at you, and like you look into her eyes and you can see the void that Raffaella was trying to paint. And
is that a resistance roll of some sort? Because I feel like this is I don't know how much oomph I have here.
Right. No, I don't think. No, I think you just like that's all. I'm just describing her eyes. That's all.
Okay, good. So I don't fall into them and go blind.
No,
Oh,
not yet. Not
yet. Of course.
Yeah. But I do think she starts walking across the room, and a silver nail like has a lance, and he goes to like push her, and or Lady Drake or whatever is in Lady Drake, like touches the person like in a really non-martial way, like in just moving them aside.
Yep.
And they freeze like they're in vacuum and just crumble.
I'm sorry. Did you say crumble?
Yes.
Because that's not a thing people do. Like turn to ash, or like what are you thinking?
Like they've been frozen so solid, and like that they just fall to pieces.
Like shatter, basically.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like
I think the only thing I yell out is demon, and I think that this is where the shit hits the fan, right?
Right. What's everybody doing? As this demon strides across to put its
I
hand on Javeron.
ineffectively put some rounds into it. I would like to resist. Not. I would like to resist being dead. Is that a
Yes.
is that a thing? Okay, good. I can do that.
Hold on. Let's wait till it touches you. Let me just get what everyone's
Fantastic.
doing, and then we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Oh god, I'm so excited.
I like that you're excited because I'm terrified.
Oh god, when is a good time to do a flashback to like
Now.
say yeah.
Now is a good time.
I would love to sort of like reach into my cloak and pull out or like reveal my cloak to have like sort of a band of like silver, like quicksilver blood vials, that I can use in ways.
Wow. So you talked him into it.
Yeah, I think it's like a flashback to maybe it's like Daenerys was also late at the office or whatever, and I give him this look and I'm like, I have a weird request, and like spend some time just decanting a little bit of like his quicksilver blood into like
cool
vials.
Awesome. That's splendid.
And
what are you doing with them?
What am I doing with him? I feel like, because like she touched the one and they crumbled. I feel like Maya's probably looking for a way to get in so she can kind of like force feed her quicksilver, or much the same, kind of like get it on her to try and expel the demon from her.
Oh, nice.
That seemed to work like when what's his name? Telsius like did her like the demon stuff went away with like she Quicksilver. I think like she's, when there's an appropriate end, is just gonna like sort of book it in and smear Quicksilver.
Now is appropriate.
That is what I would love to do.
Cool. I think that's risky great.
Okay, I think.
And I think Telsius will back you up. Like he like cuts his hand and like goes to like palm strike the thing, and so he's backing you up.
Nice. This feels like it could be a secure role if it's about sort of expelling.
That's interesting.
Demons. Or it could be
a tune.
Yeah, let's go for a tune.
Okay.
I have more dots than a tune. Yeah, so I think I think Maya the same, just like pops open the cork and sort of just like sort of smears her other hand and Quicksilver blood to go for a twofer. Risky, great. I got a 6 in there.
Nice. Let's start the clock. Well, let's not. We'll figure out what the clock is in a bit. You put you like put the blood on the Lady Drake's flesh.
I would pins it.
John, we need to know what happened
for so long.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Are you here? I'm back.
You cut out for
really
just a half
sorry.
second. You
Like
put the blood
Okay.
on Lady Drake's flesh and then you froze.
You put the blood on Lady Drake's flesh, and I think Lady Drake has been possessed for so long that when the demon leaves her, there's nothing left. So the demon kind of like rips out of her, and the darkness that is between the stars kind of consumes the room, right? Like you all feel impossibly far away from each other, but you can tell that you're around, and the scale of the fight kind of like spreads out and becomes surreal as this otherworldly being, but still a very physical being and physically existing, consumes the room, and it gets very cold, and like the air hasn't been totally driven out of the room yet, but the darkness between the stars is seeping out and spreading out and is asserting its dominance.
Ooh, rad. I feel like as it does, I gotta do this and I'm pretty sure this is just Maya's like inner voice. It's not like her grandmother, but she has that feeling of like her grandmother's voice saying, "Really? You got rid of me, but you're gonna let this like demon get you." Like so, with that sort of disappointment of like,
Yeah.
I knew you weren't good enough.
Oh, wow.
So I think that's kind of like the feeling that Maya has presently, is like she's only succumbed more and more to demons and ghosts after like losing her grandmother.
Right.
Strong enough.
And I think like as this void consumes the room, you hear Telsius like screaming, like, contain it. And then like he's kind of light years away.
Oh my gosh.
Uh, what do you all do as this demon starts?
I definitely like take any residual quicksilver and just like again like over my eyes.
Nice.
To see
Nice.
if it'll like dispel some of the sort of void, or give some more perspective on where everything.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Drav, what are you up to?
I think Drav doesn't really have a lot of like, I can't deal with demons that negate reality. I think what I'm doing is I'm getting all the fucking civvies out.
Okay.
But I'm actually considering doing something else that I think could be interesting.
Okay.
I think I would like to flashback, which is probably going to cost me a buttload of stress. And I'd like to make a relate roll, maybe, to help the situation, because obviously we knew that we were about to go tango with a demon, and obviously we knew that even though there is a Quicksilver fueled Idris Elba on our side, things may go sideways, right? So I feel like Drav, being the canny SOB that he is, probably would have gotten backup for his backup. I.e., I would have pulled in a shit and seen if one of our supernatural allies may be willing to do a tango with this thing. Specifically, the person that I'm thinking of is actually Lord Skurlock. Because this motherfucker burned him, and I was wondering if he wanted some revenge. Now, he could easily just stay the hell out of the fight if everything went down nice and calm, and use his cool senses from a distance, and be, like, super savvy, and not have to deal with anything if everything's smooth. But we could flash back to me being like, hey, things may go wrong, and I think you're one of the strongest supernatural practitioners, and I didn't know if you wanted to go toe-to-toe with these assholes.
Yeah. That's awesome. And I think it's going to cost you 5 stress.
Oh, a good thing I cleared some stress by talking to my mom. Thank you, Mom, for 3, 4, 5 being super handy in a pinch. We're in. So, cool. Going back to my action, though, I'm going to be getting civilians out of the way of fire and making sure that the 7 are appropriately manacled when they hit the ground outside.
Cool. Should we call that a secure roll? Like, what do you want to call that?
Secure sounds good.
Cool.
Yeah. I have 1 die and not a lot of stress.
Can I lend an assist by hanging around to like create, like, distract the demon? Or
I have a super sneaky plan. I am dancing right at the edge of 4 trauma here. But I have sneaky plans. So I think this is what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push and go down right to the edge. I'm gonna roll my dice and we'll see. Well, what's my position with my secure roll here, Judd?
I think it's Desperate Standard.
Oh, excellent. Bonus dice 1. Here we go. Hey, it's a 5.
Cool.
So tell me what the so I do it. I get all the people out and I secure all of the appropriate individuals. But what happens?
You suffer a lesser harm.
Oh no, this is desperate. It
Oh,
can't
this
be
is
lesser.
desperate. You suffer severe harm.
If you would like to give me severe harm, I have a really cool ninja move. I'll tell you what it is
Uh,
ahead of time, just so you know that it's fair. I
I'm
realized
sure it's
staring
fair.
at my character sheet that I have that last time I put 8 XP in, and it says ability name. Take one more ability, figure it out. Apparently, in the meantime, I did not figure it out, but now is perhaps the time to reveal that since I have been going out to the Deathlands and riding some fancy horses and doing all sorts of fancy stuff like that, I actually picked up a warded as an ability, which allows me to spend my special armor to avoid consequences of supernatural actions and such.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, I think like you were going to take like lung damage because of the cold of the void, and the yeah the Deathlands warding is strong.
Hell yeah! All right, sweet. Ninja move's done. I think
And I
Job
think
is
like
out.
and I think like as you like get all the silver nails out and like throw the 7 or the 6 of the 7 onto the curb, onto the ground, like as you walk out, Skurlock like glides past you, like, walking in.
More power to him. That's the
Yeah,
go 5 stress. Go.
yeah,
Cool.
and yeah, the you're in. So Maya, you can tell that Drav is out and safe. And you can feel that somewhere in this space, because now you're like, you thought you were going to be in the painting when you touched it. Now you're in it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can feel that there are 4 powerful beings in this room. It's you, Telsius, and Skurlock. There's like a red star distant somewhere that's like some of the Kotar artifacts that are in this building, but they feel pretty distant.
Ooh. Oh god, I'm gonna hate myself for suggesting this. I was wondering how possible it would be to like Ghostbuster the demon, for coming from the place of like the audacity it had to take my senses away and control me, have given Maya such a drive to like do the same to it.
Cool. So when you say Ghostbuster it, what do you mean? What does that look like?
Like
What
suck
what?
it, like suck it into a jar or like contain it somehow to be like, yeah, this is how I felt for all of my life, and now you can feel it too. Demon, probably millennia old.
Well, it depends on how big its clock is and how many ticks we have on that clock. Because that feels like I don't know, maybe not. I was gonna say that feels like a victory condition, so like maybe.
Right. I think it would just be a matter of where to put it, really. I just don't see like if you don't have, there's no like demon spirit jar that you have on you, but I'm open to weird ideas.
Yeah, well, I was thinking like of another flashback to likewise talking to the Dimmer sisters.
Nice, love it.
If because I know that like what Maya knows about them is that they have jars that contain ghosts.
Right.
One of which they put her grandmother in, that she's seen. So like I was thinking like if anyone has technology to try and jar a demon, it's probably them. So that was my pitch. Oh no, I think we lost John again for a second.
I'm sure he'll be back in just a sec.
Yes. I was if I just like book it out of here and leave. I was just like, I want to see if we can.
Am I back?
Yes.
Oh
back.
yes, yeah.
Sorry, folks. I have no idea. Like, there's no one else in the apartment with me. I have no idea what's going on. There's no other devices on.
Could be a lot of wind and just a faulty connection somewhere between you and the server. It's fine.
Yeah, the Dimmer sisters.
What's the point to just like kill it? Like if I
They say like actually demons are physical creatures.
oh.
They're not spirits. They can possess people, but it's still a physical thing. And or they can't even possess people. I take all that back about having possessed Lady Drake. I think it assumed the shape of Lady Drake.
Oh, cool.
So like you just like destroyed its facade, but it's actually like a physical being. And that's what they tell you. They just have to be killed like a creature. I mean, technically Leviathans are demons. Matter of fact, not technically. So if you're fighting them, you're fighting something physical, even if they send out the illusion that they're not. There's a physical creature there somewhere.
Nice. I like to think we're having this conversation over ghost tea in the ghost field.
Yes.
And I think I take a sip from my cup and like look over the top at them, and I'm like, how do I kill a demon?
They are creatures of elements. They're very, very difficult to kill. I've got to tell you, it's not easy.
And I look at them again, and I'm just like, how do you kill a demon?
I think the first thing to do would be to find what kind of element this demon is in charge of, and then find an element that will hurt it.
Then hypothetically, if it were a fire demon.
This is an ice and void demon, it feels like.
Oh, an ice and void demon? Yes. That's a good observation. Yes. How does one kill a void demon that eats stars?
I don't know, fire?
There is a hand of Kotar that generates a hell of a lot of fire.
That's true.
Just saying.
Maybe in that case, I ought to book it for that glowing red star of Kotar in the building.
Cool.
Then. Yeah, I want to do that instead. Sort of like,
Awesome.
like back to present day is Maya's like, oh, duh, like the Kotar body part in this building.
Yeah. How are you? Are you going to it? What are you doing to get to it, or you get it?
So as I am picturing this space, like I'm sensing proximity and distance, but I like seeing it and visualizing it is like it's that sort of painting void, like purpley blackness.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I think like, yeah, I think she's just like Skylark breezes in. Telsius is there. I think Maya's is like right, and then just like we'll book it past like all the other presences in this room, like toward. I think just like toward like that red star is like a guiding light that she's taking her. Yeah.
Awesome.
Her way towards. So I think this is like pursue roll maybe, or unless it's a tune for like navigating ghostly spaces.
How you do it is up to you, and I'll just tell you how difficult it is, or whatever.
Okay, in that case, I think Maya like closes her eyes, right, and will tune into another like ethereal plane.
Yeah.
That will give her more of like some physical vectors to like hook onto.
That sounds brilliant. I think it's desperate great.
Okay. I will push myself. Oh, I whiffed so hard. I got a 4.
That's not a whiff. The 221 was a whiff. The 4 actually pulled it to something useful, which means that you get where you're supposed to go. There's just consequences.
Nice.
Yeah. Do it.
In fact, I think it's even more like I rub more quicksilver on my eyelids, and like while my eyes are closed, like I can kind of see, like, sort of peering through a fisheye lens of like what this space is actually like.
Cool.
Like
so I I got this feeling that you were like kind of going in and out of the ghost field to do this. Is that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's do that. That sounds
So I
good.
think you're in the ghost field when you get to the hand, and when in the from the ghost field, the hand doesn't look like a hand. It looks like a glove. And in order to get it, you have to put it on.
Oh no. I'm reckless and haunted. I'd do it.
Yeah,
I think
okay,
like
Judd.
yeah, I think Maya like sees it and there's perhaps that second of like maybe you shouldn't, and then it's just like gone, and then I think she just like plunges her hand like into the glove, and
Cool. Yeah. And yeah, the hand of Kotar is your hand.
there's that
Uh,
shot right of like looking like flexing fingers and
yeah.
looking at Kodar's hand on my hand.
Yeah.
Um, ooh, does it speak to me or like is it just?
You can feel like as your blood starts to course into the hand and give it life, and then its blood starts to course back into you, you feel the heat of it.
Oh, cool. I feel powerful now. Like this is fantastic.
Oh yeah, totally.
um
Yes, that's exactly what you feel.
yeah, I'll hand first, like sprint back toward like where this melee is going down, and we'll seek out the demon presence in this
I
void.
think. I mean, it's not about running, right? It was kind of about navigating this weird space. So yeah, you can feel Skurlock starting to try to hurt the demon. Um, and Telsius is like skinning his knuckles on it, so he just bleeds more on it. But neither of them is quite doing it. And you can it shoves back at Telsius and puts him against the wall, and then and then like starts to grab it at Skurlock. Um, what do you do?
I feel like I instinctively know how to fireball, like cast a jet of fire from the hand of Kotar at this demon.
Cool.
um, yeah.
So I believe the phrase that you are saying is you burn like a sun in the void.
Yes, I burn like a sun in the void.
Nice.
Sounds like a tune.
I think so.
Desperate great.
I'm gonna punch a demon with my
I
fire.
remember to mark
fist.
ticks for a tune. The
Oh,
desperate
yes.
actions give you XP.
Excellent. Is this a desperate action again?
Yes, this is desperate great.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, you're using the hand of Kotar and mingling your blood with his in order to ignite yourself like a star and take out a demon. Feels pretty desperate.
I got a 5.
Did you say you got a 5?
Yes, I got a 5.
Did not. Cool. You do it. There's a consequence. You suffer severe harm. A serious complication occurs. You have a reduced effect. So you do it. You burn this demon out of existence, and this fire rolls out of the building. Drav, you're outside. You see the building go up, and no one can survive that. Like it just seems impossible. And then other buildings start to catch all over the place, and I think Brightstone starts burning. You've lit this district. You've lit this district on fire.
Oh no.
Uh, I assume all the people outside of this building though are safe, like the ones that I got out. Yeah,
Yes,
it's like
yes.
spreading in a different vector, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, shit. I have no stress. I have no special armor. I have no tricks left. What does Dravaron do in this case? Yeah. I think I do the absolutely sensible thing, yell Maya, and go plunging into an inferno.
Oh no, I feel really bad about what I did.
Don't feel bad. You did an awesome thing. It was wonderful and awesome, and there were stars in the darkness and vampires and silver-blooded warriors fighting a demon. It is perfect. And
Okay.
now a gentrified district is on fire, which secretly Drava's actually maybe he goes, "Oh fuck, I'm so fired." Like his thought process is, "Oh fuck, I'm so fired," to "Ha ha ha, burn you old assholes," to "Oh shit, Maya." So you know.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So that's how Drav got fired.
Fired.
Yeah, I think Drav, you're walking in as Telsius is walking out, and he's only survived because the blood that he's had, he's like rubbing all over himself to keep the magic fires off of him. And he kind of grabs your shoulder as you're going in, and he says, "No one can survive in there, mate."
My investigator's in there.
Not anymore. She's not. She's turned herself into something else. She's a star in the void. You can't go in there.
Cool. I think. Yeah, I don't. You know what? I think I'm gonna leave it for a beat, right? Like I'm gonna see like how this plays out. I think Drav is staring at the building with flames, and I think this is just like one of those like helpless, like I want to dive in, but he's right. It's like absolutely dumb to go in there. Like you should not go in there. You will die. You will die bad.
Right.
So like. I don't know. I think I just stand there with ashes on my face and that heat shimmer, like tears in my eyes, and I'm like, Dravaran can do a lot of things. He can't run into the burning heart of a star. That's just not in my wheelhouse. So.
Yep. Mayatui, you're there as like this fire burns the demon and like pushes past and just like goes out throughout Brightstone and goes building to building, and things start to go on fire. Everything starts to go on fire. Do you? The hand wants to burn it all down. And I think, matter of fact, the hand, Kotar is standing next to you and you're holding hands, right?
Oh, nice.
And he says, this is the only way to make a fresh start. We're going to burn it all down.
Oh, I feel like I've heard those words before. Ooh. I have an idea. I don't know if it's gonna hold up.
Are you saying that to me or to him?
Oh, to Judd.
Okay.
Because I think working through Maya's thought process, she went like, haha, I'm gonna F this demon up and it'll feel great. And she did, and it did feel great for a moment, but now she's like, oh shit, no, I'm just out of control again. And I think what I want to do is grab onto one of the charms that's looped around her neck, and I think it's probably her grandmother's, right? And I think I want to use the Kotar hand to to grasp it and to sort of look over my other shoulder and have like this grandmother there. To try and like, because my grandmother's the most controlling, bossy person that I know. So I'm trying to like clutch at control here to not just like succumb to this urge to burn everything down.
Okay. So is it really the idea of your grandmother, or are you like actually summoning your grandmother? Because that's something you can do with a tune.
I think I'm actually trying to summon grandmother. Like perhaps this is like a little fragment. Like maybe like with the Dimmer sisters, they were like, you might want this, and it's like a vial of like my grandmother's spirit.
Oh wow, nice, nice. It's like a bit of her that you can use to summon her.
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah, that's great. That's great.
What is my position?
I think I think the first step is summoning your grandmother. So I think that's just risky standard.
Okay, cool. Okay, oh my god. Oh, I crit. I crit on summoning my grandmother.
Awesome. Yeah, I think like her ghost appears, but you're holding it in your hand.
Mhm.
Matter of fact, her ghost is there and it's literally in your hand. Like it's, she was so big, she was in your head and she was like this big person. And now she's literally in your hand.
Nice. Oh my god, like,
What are you doing, Maya?
I'm trying not to destroy everything.
But you hate this place. That's all you talk about is how much you don't like it.
You're not wrong. This, as I've said a number of times, this city is plagued with rats. That it has other inhabitants that don't need to burn.
What do you want me to do?
Help me control this. Like you controlled me my whole life.
I didn't control you your whole life.
Oh my god. I'm like dying. Oh, you're back.
I'm back.
I lost you on. I
didn't
haven't
control
controlled you.
your whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah, she says, I didn't control you your whole life. And then she says, what do you want me to help you do?
Oh. I think she like has a really hard time articulating exactly what she wants. Like she's just a bit frozen in awe and fear of her grandmother, even though her grandmother's like very tiny.
Yeah.
And is like, just make it stop. Just help me take out this demon and stop the fire and make everything okay.
You've already taken out the demon. The person controlling this fire is you. If you want to stop the fire,
You have
stop
to control yourself.
the fire.
I think Maya actually like sort of wells up a bit and she's just like, I don't know how.
You didn't know how to throw fire from your hands either, but you did that.
What do I do? Do I just like think really hard and it'll stop? Is that what? Help me.
The fire exists, so you can't just think really hard. You have to put it somewhere. Where can you put it so that no one will get hurt?
Oh. I don't know.
Out to sea, into the
Out to
sky,
sea, yeah.
back into the hand, maybe. I actually don't think that works.
I think Maya's like into the sky, like out to sea. And I think like she nods as she collects herself, um, and like perhaps closes her palm, as if when we're like finishing a phone call.
I think like just before you do, there's one more thing I want her to
Oh
say.
yeah,
Is like,
totally.
um, she says, Maya, you've moved beyond me. I can't help you. I'm sorry. I never achieved any of this.
I think Maya like nods and says, maybe, but you did help me get to where I am today. And a thanks is not the right word, but you get what I mean.
Good luck, Maya Tui.
I think like Maya's last words are like, yeah. And like, I miss you.
Aww.
And then like we'll close her palm, and then I think like yeah, just ish try to like sort of throw the fire like up
Okay,
into the air. I think that's an appropriate place for it to go, given that we've
cool.
had the space with no stars.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We can have some fireworks display for dusk
Yep.
fall this evening.
And heat wants to rise.
Yeah,
Make a roll.
I feel like this is a tune again.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Hey,
Okay.
Maya, can I pitch an idea?
Oh yeah, totally.
I don't think Drav can help with the tunes at all, but perhaps you know, something about the stakes and the people and the burning and the district and Drav being in danger might help motivate you. So perhaps I will give you one of those free assists that I have for
perfect.
1D, because I can't spend the shares, but I do have 2 free assists a mission by saying how I may have helped somebody plan ahead. And I think that this is like just or a combination of our friendship and our discussions may perhaps bolster you in this moment when you need the extra willpower.
Oh, definitely. Maya was for sure like, there are some people who should burn this place, but some should.
Yeah, I got that. It was charming. Thank you.
Is this desperate again?
I think it's desperate great again.
Okay.
Take them excuse.
Oh yeah, you got a 6. That was draw of 6.
Nice.
Oh yeah, helping each other out. Oh my god, 2116.
Oh
Ah!
my god. That was about to go really badly.
Yeah, you take the fires that's burning Brightstone, and the heat rises, and the fire spirals up, and burns away the clouds, and like for a little bit, the sky's not bright, but it's very clear for a night.
Aw. How sweet.
Yes. And
And then
the broken fragments of the moon are very, very clearly illuminated in the sky.
it's just been like we get that shot of like, and like Maya comes out of their building, like he like sort of gasping for breath, and then like pukes on the side of the road, like
Fuck.
Oh.
Oh, that was one hell of a note to come back on, John. Good job.
Yeah, I was pretty mad.
It's okay. You were gone for only a second.
Uh, yeah, I think your clothes are in burned tatters, and
Oh no.
It happened again.
your hand. Sorry.
It's okay.
So good, don't worry.
Your clothes are in burnt tatters, and
When you look down at your hand, it is not your hand.
Oh no.
It's just like the flesh. Yeah, there's like a blending, and you've got this alien hand on you. Like not alien, but
Oh yeah, I didn't
know.
really like puke. And I probably didn't have a good place to do it, but like, yeah, on the
it doesn't
on the
matter.
side
Like
of the
just
steps.
yeah.
I think there's not enough puking in science fantasy fiction in general, so it's great. I think puking is a very appropriate reaction for what just happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Drav obviously like rips himself free of badass Idris Elba covered in quicksilver, and runs over to Maya just to make sure that she's okay.
I think you probably catch me like at the tail end of wrapping my gross hand up, like in something, or in some like sort of burning tatters. And I think she probably looks up at you with like a fear.
Yeah, Drav's not really 100% sure what to read into that, but at this point he's like, city's on fire, they're looking for someone to blame, let's get you the hell out of here. And I think he'll put his blue coat on you, partially because, you know, your clothes are in tatters and all the other assorted nonsense, but partially also to like cloak that the hand that you have damaged up or whatever.
Oh, nice.
And I think there's just like a moment where he looks at Telsius as he's like walking right by him, and he goes, "Nobody could have survived that, huh?" And just, I think he'll yeah.
Maya will go with you. Well, I think we get that thing of like, you know, wiping puke with my free hand like off of my face, and then be able to walk with you to get out of here.
Why do all our cases finish in catastrophes, Maya?
You know, the little governor asked me that earlier today, and I said, of course, this is how they always end. This is how they have to end.
Yeah, we're gonna see how much they like Brightstone being on fire, though. I think he actually like looks at it and he does this like real pretty though.
Yes. It's nice that some good came of everything.
Cool. So Judd, do we want to call it there, and we'll do like
Yes.
final clocks, downtimes, wrap up, court cases next time?
Yes.
All right. Cool.
Yes.
Sweet. Let's do XPs.
Cool. So much desperate. Oh my god, I've never seen so many desperate. But like once you throw a demon on the table, the rolls get desperate, right?
Yeah, that's how it works. You should have learned that in dogs. Everybody escalates all the way to the top. So
Right. It's very similar, it's true.
all right, cool. Sweet. Let's do some XPs. Maya, you want to start?
Oh yeah, totally. Okay. I honorably did. Oh, hang on. I did. Yes, honorably did duty and service to the Imperium, or did what's right. I feel like standing up for Drav, so it was doing what was right there.
Yeah, that was doing what was right. Yes.
And
absolutely.
Not burning down all of Brightstone when given the opportunity.
Oh yeah, no. That was definitely like you could have burned down the whole city probably, and you could have also let the fires of Brightstone just like deal with themselves, but you didn't, and then that was definitely take two for that.
Oh yes, I was very tempted to ascend as a Kotar witch of death and burn everything down, but
The witch star of Kotar. Yes.
Yes.
The Witch Star of Kotard. That's
Oh
awesome.
shit! I'm writing that down.
Hell yeah.
Express beliefs drives heritage background. Yeah, I think we got to see that a couple of times. I was calling on old grandma again, and
Yes, that was amazing.
I'm glad she came to help out. That was very.
I crit on summoning my grandmother.
And struggle with issues from trauma. I was trying really hard to do everything as recklessly as possible.
Oh my god, you were reckless.
Just a bit.
So reckless.
I'm so happy that I took that trauma. It's made everything
All
really
the
fun.
XP.
And that is me.
Alright, cool. Drav, I think, is also going to be pretty straightforward. You honorably did your duty in service to the Imperium, or you did what's right. Yes. I mean, I fought for the mandate, put my job on the line, and I saved innocents when possible. So I will claim 2 XP for that if that's okay.
Definitely.
Cool.
Express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I think mom's good for 1 XP.
Yes.
And I think definitely some of my drives came out there.
Oh yeah.
And finally,
Yes.
you struggled with issues from your vice or traumas. I am also reckless, I think.
Yes.
Yes, I am. And I'm obsessed with this case. And, yeah. So, XP's away. I will dump them into skills so that finally my exploit goes up. Probably want some more secure. Alright. Sounds good. I'm done. Do you want to do XPs for the mandate real quick?
Sure.
Enforce the law or advance the progress. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yep. No, I had it. Okay. Yeah. Go on.
Enforce the law or advance the progress of the mandate. I feel like we definitely advanced the progress of the mandate this time.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Contend with challenges above your current station. I definitely feel like we did twice.
You did.
And bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. I don't know about that. We are ambitious, honorable, and team players. I feel like we failed on the team player front. We tried.
Yep.
I tried. The dice didn't love me.
Yep.
And honorable.
You're definitely ambitious.
Oh yeah. Maybe
Oh,
one.
yes.
Maybe 1 XP. Is that fair?
I think your end route to developing a new one, like the reckless stuff, is like you're both being so reckless all the time that it's reflecting on the unit, I think. So I would say 1 for ambitious and 1 for developing a new one.
Okay.
Cool.
I've never actually had a reputation stick to me that I wasn't trying to develop.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, cool. And then bolster your crew's reputation. Oh, right. Express goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew. It's hard to not get 2 XP in this one, but shall we list some things that come to mind? Just to sort of recap, as it were?
I don't even know where to start. I feel like everything you do is this. But name a few, Josh. What do you got? What are you thinking?
Oh man, it was hard because I think like I dumped out for I'm gonna speak for Drav, and I'm hoping that Lauren, do you want us to vice versa?
Oh, please go ahead.
Just for Drav, I think that him talking about like who's to blame and responsibilities and things like that, and like pouring his heart out to both the really arrogant old people and the sort of like police crews are very much him yelling about his beliefs and drives at the top of his lungs. It didn't work this time, but he does. So,
yeah. Yeah.
Also talks with my mom.
Yes.
Was very honest there.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
God.
And I think continuing to like put evidence together on the hive despite all this, like keeping your eye on that ball is really fascinating.
That's the most important thing to draw. He actually, I don't know, demons are out of his league. He doesn't really even understand what capturing a demon really means, but going after the hive, definitely, he understands that viscerally in his gut. Maya, take it away. Or Lauren, take it away from Maya.
Oh. And sorry, what is this we're answering here?
Belief she drives.
Oh, and
Or drives goals drives the inner conflict or essential nature of the crew. An example where this was demonstrated.
Oh, totally. I keep coming back to like just like getting in the Lord Governor's face and saying like,
Hell yeah.
no fucking way are you gonna take away my liaison for like this case, because Drava's like, I think like irreplaceable was what she was like trying to get across, but then the Lord Governor was like, try again.
I can totally make a new character. He is replaceable theoretically.
Yeah, totally. And like, yeah, in theory, the Lord Governor is accurate. But yeah, I that to me, that was where I felt the strongest. Like, nope, we're team players together. We're gonna do this. Like, Straw is my ride or die for cleansing the city of rats. And yeah.
All right, cool. So Jen, I think that takes us over, but I think we can talk about what that does maybe in between sessions. I'm not 100% sure how efficient or effective that'll be. Just because we probably have one more session in this case and then we're done. So.
Sounds good.
All right, cool. Any last thoughts, you two?
Holy shit.
Yeah, that was one hell of a session. Did not see that going that way, but you know.
Oh, no. Not at all.
Yeah.
All right. I'm morbidly curious, Judd. When you put together the Rorik War, is this kind of what you expected as the climax?
No, I did not think this was. I didn't know which side. Like there's so many ways you could have done this. Like, I had no idea what you were going to do. I didn't know the Circle of the Flame was going to be a big thing. I didn't particularly like them as a gang. Like, I've never really used them. I like them. I think they're cool now. But like, I have no idea. Like, you could have rounded up a bunch of gang leaders. You could have. I don't know. I don't know what you could have done. Like, I just never know. So I had a bunch of clocks. This is one I actually prepared a lot, and I wrote it down. So I'll show you all what my prep looked like. But hopefully that will illustrate that I knew nothing, and I'm making this up as I go. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's the best. Play to find out, right?
Yeah, it's definitely play to find out. But like, it was interesting starting the Rorik War stuff and like putting the gangs into two columns and being like, wow, this is really easy actually. Like, once you start, it's really simple because the kind of, I don't know, the driving forces behind all the gangs and the way that the web of allies comes up, as soon as you get the hive on one side and the unseen on the other, everything else falls into place. And it's really obvious where everybody has to go. And then there are a couple of neutral parties, and it's really and I thought that was interesting. Because we just gotten out of war with the Lamp Blacks and the Red Sashes, I was like, okay, they're going to try to sit this out. And I figured no one would want to deal with the Scabs because of what had just happened. So they sat it out, which made it even more interesting because then it's like, oh, well, that's cool too. So I don't know. No, I did not know it was going to end like this. I did not know that you were going to go after the demon in the Circle of the Flame 7, whoever the hell that is, and do it. Like, I had no idea. So the answer is no.
Right on.
Is the answer. And like, I feel like it could have come up. I really didn't know who the demon was, to be really honest. So I wait for things to make it clear to me. And it was clear just the way the dice were going. It didn't seem like it was the artist. Especially when you like double sixed on your questioning, I was like, he breaks. Like, I feel I could have gone another route. I could have been like, he's the demon, but he doesn't know. So like, that's a way I could have gone too. But I was like, no, I think he just snaps. And I didn't. I just wanted it to be that instead of I thought that was more interesting. So, yeah. Do I know? I had no idea that it was going to end up like this. No, I did not. So, anyway, thank you for being reckless, mad, wonderful people.
Anytime. I don't know anything about the word being, so I'm glad that that's the case.
Yes.
All right, folks. Shall we do our outros?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go first. First off, because we had a little bit of a video reset, I think Lauren's name is under Judd, and Judd's name is under Lauren. But aside from that, please assume that that's realize that they're not there will be the people that they're talking about, obviously. Hey, I'm Strash, she, him. I'm one of the standard streamers here. So, like, for my outro, what I'm going to say is that I think all three of us are going to be in physical body form at Metatopia next week. That's the realness of it. So we have to take a selfie with all three of us, and we'll post it with Bluecoats.
Yes.
So that's gonna be rad. I'm looking forward to seeing these two humans. If you are going to be at Metatopia, feel free to find me. I'm in the lobby very frequently, and I will be happy to chat games with you. I think there is. I'm actually doing I'm doing a panel on Fortune Dark game design. So if that's a thing that you're interested in, show up. I think that's it for me. In an odd turn of phrase, I usually go to Lauren, but right now Judd is over here. So Judd, take it away.
Yeah, I will also be at Metatopia, which is super exciting. And I'm looking forward to seeing you both and seeing anyone else out there who would like to come say hi. And I got a podcast that goes on hopefully every Sunday. And I'll get one out this Sunday. I've got one kind of recorded and all set. I've just got to like spruce it up a little bit. So that'll go out Sunday night, which is tomorrow night. So I should get one out tomorrow, Sunday, and Wednesday of this week. So yeah, if you want to see that, it's called Daydreaming About Dragons. And come on and give a listen. And I talk about stuff that happens in the show sometimes, so it's relevant. If you like this, then you'll probably like that.
As a point of note, I will have the episodes that I missed since BBC downloaded, and they'll keep me company on the flight. So.
Oh, nice, awesome.
Lauren?
Yeah, and I've been Lauren, she, they. I'm at the Stray Kiwi on Twitter. And I don't have too much going on right now, apart from getting ready for Metatopia, which is like next week, which is ridiculous. And likewise, feel free to come and say hi and chat. I am all about that, and very much looking forward to meeting these lovely two humans. I have a website, which is thestraykiwi.com, if you want to know more about my design and editing work, since I edit tabletop role-playing games for pretty much a living now, which is great. And yeah, I think that's it from me. I'm just trying to process a wild session of Bluecoats again.
Me too.
I'm sure we'll have a lot to chat about off stream.
Yes, but
so,
yeah.
Folks, we had a lot of people watching. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We always appreciate chat. Thank you again for some of the ideas that we managed to snag in when we were stuck a couple times. So hopefully you'll join us again in 2 weeks, and we'll see you there.